In this video, what I'm going to talk about is the worst thing you can do as a salesperson, and that is being a salesperson. Everyone in the UK hates being sold to, but what they do love is they love shopping with friends. Let me just repeat that. Everyone hates being sold to, but they love shopping with friends. Now, what does that mean? That means before you earn the right to sell, you need to make them your friend through building rapport and through finding common ground. And if you jump on that call with a primary vision, and that is, I just want to get my commission, and you're just hungry for money, you won't make that. You won't be a great salesperson. But if you jump on that call and say, I want to make this prospect who has a problem that I can fix, I want to make them happy. And in the process of making them happy, I want to become their friend. I want to, build that common ground with them. I want to build that trust. If you think like that first, then the money will follow. And you might be wondering who I am. I'm Ali Dalgu, Sales Director at Smile White, with an active team of 70 sales reps making about 15 to 20K a month in commissions. So, I'm not being arrogant here, but I do know what it takes to be a fantastic salesperson. So follow along, follow this video, take notes. Any questions, drop them in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the most important thing as a salesperson, and again, I don't like the word salesperson, I'd rather advisor, but for the means of the video, we'll just call it a salesperson. You are the bridge from their problem to their solution. You are the person in power. So a lot of salespeople, they go into the call, they're going quite needy, they're quite desperate, and they feel like they need the customer, when actual fact, it's the other way around. Now, the core idea of this video is before any scripts, objections, or tactics, the way you walk into the call determines how everything lands. And the key belief here is if you enter the call with the wrong aura and wrong respect for yourself, you'll get nowhere, even with the perfect techniques. Now, when I say you are the bridge, what I mean by that is a prospect has a problem and the company you sell for is the solution. You are the bridge between the two. You're like the golden key, and they can't access the solution without you. Now, the outcome that I wanted to take from this is you need to shift from I need them to they need me, and of course, without being arrogant. So, the first thing I want to speak to you is what I mean by the bridge metaphor. So, the problem is now your prospect is currently stuck with X problem. That could be they want to lose weight. That could be they want to scale their coaching company. That could be they want to add more profits to their business and make it more profitable. They're losing money, time, opportunities. They're frustrated, they're stressed, and they have no clear plan. Now, the solution is your company or offer. Your company solves that problem, whether it's a clear system or method, support or implementation, proven results and case studies. The prospect can't access a solution without you, so you're their bridge from problem to solution. And you decide who crosses this bridge. Now, what I mean by that is you need to understand as a salesperson, even if someone has a credit card waving at you, ready to take their money and give you commission, some people aren't qualified for your product or service. And if you start trying to be sneaky and sell to everyone, you'll get a lot of problem customers who are headaches, who will ask for chargebacks, refunds, and you don't want that. You need to make sure you only sell to people who actually need your product or service and they are a good fit for your company. Don't just be hungry for every single sale. Remember, without you, their problem continues, even if your company is amazing. So they need you more than them. Now, here's how your aura interacts and links with tactics and objections. If you have a good aura with a bad script, that is better than having bad aura plus a perfect script. High status frame turns I need to think about it into an honest conversation. Now, salespeople with a low status, when someone says they need to think about it, they'll start combating them, they'll start fighting back, they'll lean forward and they'll get desperate. Whereas if you've got a high status, you'll simply lean back, you'll be relaxed, and you'll just simply ask them what it is they need to think about. And because of your demeanor and body language and the way you've not changed from the way you started to the way you are when they say they need to think about it, they'll start trusting you and they'll have an honest conversation and drop their guard and drop their resistance. If your frame is low status, even the best objection handling sounds like you're begging because it's not what you say, it's the way you say it. If you're leaning forward constantly, if you're using these pushy words, if you're basically, being very pushy, you're just going to sound like a beg and you'll never get the sale. If they say too expensive, you can have a serious discussion about value and priorities instead of an excuse to escape. And that's what it means when you have aura. Remember, call structure plus objections only work properly if the frame is in place. Now, here's some low status versus high status aura things that we want to change. When I say low status, this is what we want to kill. We want to get rid of this. Your voice is very apologetic, nervous, rushed. Your energy is needy, you're hoping for approval. And you believe, I hope they like me, please don't hang up. And your self-image is just a rep trying not to annoy them. You say things like this: I won't take too much of your time. Is now a bad time? Sorry, I know you're really busy. I'll be super quick. If you don't want to, it's totally okay. I just thought I'd ask. Same script plus a different aura equals a completely different outcome. Here's what we want: high status. Your voice is calm, grounded, and certain. Energy is you're an equal partner to them. You're not a beggar. Belief is they need this and I'm here to see if they qualify. And your self-image is an advisor, a specialist, or a gatekeeper to a valuable solution. At Smile White, my sales team call themselves clear aligner specialists, not salespeople. And they sound so much better on the phone and they get so much more respect. Here's some language examples. Good to connect. Let's see if this actually is a fit for what you're trying to do. Now again, this makes it exclusive. This makes them want to sell themselves to you. We'll use this time to understand where you are now and whether we can help. If it's not a fit, I'll tell you straight. Is that fair? You're letting them know now that not everyone can access this product or service, which builds their hope to try get accepted on it. Now, just on that, here's a language swap you can use. Don't say, I won't take too much of your time. If you're not interested, that's okay. I just wanted to quickly run something past you. Would it be okay if I ask you a few questions? You don't want to use that type of language because your words either position you as a polite interruption or a necessary step to fixing their problem. Instead, you want to say, we'll use this time to see if what we can do can actually help your situation. If it's not a fit, I'll tell you. No point wasting either of our time. I want to understand where you're at and what you're trying to fix. Let's start with where you are now so I can see if this makes sense to you. Now, here's how I train reps on this and how you should train yourself. Here's what we look for on calls. Your tone needs to be calm. We look at your tone. Is it calm or is it frantic? We look at the first 60 seconds. Do they lead or do they chase? Now, I've got a full framework at the start of the call of the exact wording you should say to structure the call and lead by example of what's going to happen exactly step by step on this call, which straight away positions you as the authoritative figure on that call that is going to take lead. If you want that full framework, just DM me the word aura or comment aura down below and I'll send it over. Your language, low status phrases versus high status phrases. Do they act like the bridge or like a nuisance? Now here's some training exercises based on that. We role play only the first 2 minutes of the call. No pitch, no objections, just aura and framing. We drill language swaps. Reps says low status phrase. You stop, correct, and rerun with high status version. Replay call recordings on 1.5x speed, only listening to energy, voice, who is leading. Remember, we don't just fix what they say, we fix how they say it and who they are on the call. Now here's some respect and boundaries on the call. Self-respect behaviours are you start on time and expect them to respect your time too. If they're clearly distracted, you call it out calmly. Sometimes I've had reps be on calls with customers that are on their phone or typing on their laptop whilst they're speaking to them, and I just tell them, just call them out for it. Make sure they're focusing and listening to you because they'll respect your time a lot more rather than walking all over you. You don't beg to reschedule 5 times if they no-show. As a salesperson, if your customer no-shows, yes, follow them up a few times, but don't do it too much where you just seem like a beg. Now, if they are busy, it sounds like now's not the best time for you to focus on this properly. Let's reschedule when you can. Give this the attention it deserves, or we can just leave it if it's not a priority. Now, here's bad behavior you don't accept, which links to this. Constantly checking their phone, talking to other people mid-call, being rude or dismissive. Now, the response could be, I only bring people into this if we can actually win together. If this isn't something you want to take seriously, we can just leave it here, no hard feelings. Now here's how I train reps on this. Pick one phrase you'll never say again, e.g. I won't take too much of your time. Replace it with one high status phrase and drill it until it's automatic. Before every call, remind yourself, I'm the bridge from their problem to the solution. After each call, ask, did I show up like someone they need or someone begging to be liked? Now from this video, DM me the word aura and I'll send you the exact Miro board as a one-pager. Save this if you know your energy on calls is costing you deals. Comment bridge if you want me to break down more examples of low status versus high status sales language.